Hi, my name's Diana, and one day my stomach hurted really big, and I held these probes to a frequency generator, and after that I went to bed. When I woke up the next morning, I went to the bathroom. When I went poop, I found all these white, yellowish worms around and like on it and stuff. So I knew that the worms came out and that the frequency generator actually worked.
3.
Hi, my name is Mary, and I had a really neat experience with the foot bath generator. And I used to be able to eat the chocolate chip cookies by the whole bag full at one sitting. And my husband had brought some home, and so I got one, those, not the little chocolate chips, but the big ones. And anyways, I took a bite of it, and it just tasted nasty. It really tasted bad. So I put it down, and I thought, well, maybe it's just the cookies. So I grabbed another one from a different area of the box and tried it, and it didn't taste good either. So then I thought, well, I'll try one from the bottom, maybe either it's fresher or something. So I took one out, took a bite, still tasted nasty. So then I asked my husband, try these cookies and see what you think about them. So he got one and tasted it, and he was like, what's wrong? They taste the same, normal like they always do. And I was like, well, it didn't to me. And I didn't realize until today we're talking and with my daughter, and we're talking about sweets, and then I realized that I don't have cravings and I don't really care for sweets anymore. So that's a really nice experience for me.
Hi, my name is Dennis, and a few weeks back I had ringworm along the side of my face. It was pretty bad. I had it for a few weeks, and you know, I mean, we're on the wrestling team, so it never really actually goes away. And what happened was I tried everything. I never saw any results. It went on for 3 weeks, and by the end of the third week, I was introduced to the frequency generator, and I put the probes along the side of my face, and you could taste it if you put it up against the side of your jaws. You can feel the current running through, and it was a pretty unique feeling. Within an hour after I used it, I was feeling better. My face felt lighter. Within the few days after that, it was completely cleared up. It was gone, and it was pretty amazing.
Hello, my name is Sandra. I am going to tell you a little story about a problem that I had. I had some health issues, but when I went to Israel, I had picked up some kind of a virus or a bacteria, I don't know, but I tried everything for months to get over it, and nothing helped. And then when I was introduced to the frequency generator, I tried that only 2 times, and that virus or bacteria completely had gone away.
One of the many experiences I having with this device was that I really like drink sodas, and one day I had a food bath, and in the same day we went to the restaurant and my husband buy me a drink, and when I tasted, I feel that something was changing on me because the flavor was different, and I didn't enjoy it and didn't like it, so I stopped drinking Coke after that.
Hi, my name is Christopher Cody, and I'm the founder of Frequency Wave Technology, and we manufacture devices that are used to cleanse the body. Our device has 2 modalities, 2 functions, 2 completely different circuits. One circuit is designed specifically to pump and charge water full of electrons. When water is full of electrons, what happens is that process breaks down the molecules of water into its 2 components of hydrogen and oxygen, and these bubbles surface up from the water where the array is put in the water. And also, we pump the water with electrons, causing a negative ionization. And so as the negative ionization continues and continues, it's building up and getting stronger and stronger. So when you put your feet in the water, we're about 70% water. We become one with the water. And then the negative ions begin to pull from our body and attract the positive ions. And positive ions come out of our body in the form of toxins, in the form of poisons, heavy metals, and those things that don't naturally belong to our body. The process is phenomenal. The device works very effectively. We've compared it with other products that are on the market that do relatively the same thing that cost $30,500, and another one cost over $4,000. And one of the remarks of a woman who had a demonstration just last night, she remarked, "I am amazed how quickly and efficiently your device works. And you can see the garbage coming out, and there it is in the water so quickly." And she said that with her device that cost her $3,400, she said, "I can go through 40-45 minutes and it hardly discolors the water in some cases." And in fact, in a lot of cases. And she says, "I know this woman has toxins. I know this woman, but for some reason nothing has come out." Well, our device is very effective. We only pump negative ions into the water. We want to pull out the positive ions. There are some companies that feel you need to put the positive ions in, and then the negative ions in, and then the positive ions in, and the negative ions in. And that's why would you want to pump your body full of positive ions when those are the things that are causing the problems? And so our device is fantastic. It works really well. The other aspect of the device is the frequency generator. It's in the same unit. There's two cables that come out. One goes down to the foot bath. The other divides up into two probes, negative and positive. And as you hold those probes, it's 7.6 volts, and it's the carrier of frequencies of 1900 hertz all the way up to 990,000 hertz. And it's amazing. That array energizes the body so your body will get rid of and eliminate candida and toxins and bacteria and liver flukeworms and amoebas and ringworm, and we've had so many experiences. Now again, I really want you to understand that we don't claim to kill anything. Basically what we're doing is this is not a medical device. We simply energize the body to such a point that the body knows exactly what to do and knows how to get rid of those things that don't naturally belong to the body. So it's through energies, through the foot bath, this frequency generator, that the body receives all the energy that it needs, and the body will do what it does naturally, and that is to heal. And it heals very fast.
And I was really sick with the stomach flu, and several other people had also come down with the stomach flu. I went home, used it 3 times that night on all different frequencies, and I was better in the morning, and everyone else was still sick for 7 to 10 days.
Another experience with this device was we went to a restaurant and I ate poison food, and I back home and I started using the device to kill the parasite I was grabbing from the food. And when I started doing using the device, I really started feeling changing. And for 10 minutes, after 10 minutes that I used the device, I was feeling perfectly fine.
Hi, my name is Christopher, and I have an experience that I had that I want to share with you around the frequency generator. First of all, I want to explain that it's around our digestive tract and our colon, that over the years much junk gets impacted on the inside of our colon, and that doesn't allow for our bodies to absorb the nutrients as well as they possibly could. I had an experience with the frequency generator. First of all, there are certain organisms inside of our body, parasites, fungus, bacteria, that inhabit the small intestine and the large intestine, and through their hormonal exchanges can control the impact and the strength of a peristaltic action of your colon to eliminate the feces. Well, I've discovered something really interesting in an experience that I had. Being as I'm always working and experimenting, I decided that I would try to clean the whole intestinal tract, and so I simply put the negative probe of the frequency generator I wrapped it with paper and a napkin and salt water, and I put it right up against my anal sphincter. Found myself, I had find a nice place where you're private, of course. And then I went ahead and put the positive probe in my mouth, and what that does, it causes the frequencies to go right up through your whole digestive tract. So I put the dial on 2.5 kilohertz, the dial on the boxes, which is the red dot, and left it there for about 5 minutes. And then I started moving the dial back and forth from the far left position to the far right position. I did it slow, I did it fast. I spent another maybe 10 more minutes just doing that, which we call an analog sweep from 1.9 kilohertz all the way up to 990 kilohertz. And after that experience, the following day I had a bowel movement. It was like nothing I've ever experienced. The peristaltic action of my colon must have been 3 or 4 or 5 times stronger than I'd ever felt it in my whole life, and it didn't hurt, but it was, you can tell it was just going to town. And the odor was like you've never smelled before. I mean, there's things that have been there for years, I'm sure, that came out. The following day, in the following morning, again, I had the same experience, and without having another treatment or therapy, excuse me, I had another experience very similar to the first one. I was curious if I'd be the only one who has that experience, and I was happy to note that about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from a woman in Colorado who had purchased the device about a month ago, and she called to tell me that she had that same experience. She read, I told her how to carry out this particular therapy, and so she called me to say that hers lasted for 72 hours, that she had 3 bowel movements or so, or however many she has in 72 hours, she says, and every single one was extremely strong, and the odor was very, very putrid, and just a really neat experience. One good way to cleanse. Again, you're in our track to good health is the number one thing. The first thing to do is to cleanse the body, and this is just another way that you can use this device and the frequency generator to move in that direction. Thank you.
3. Okay, my name is Rosemary, and we have used this device on my brother-in-law Bruce, and he has a multitude of health problems. We didn't know what to expect when we put him into the foot bath, and he was using the probes at the same time. But we did notice that while he was being treated, there was some black phlegm-like substance that occurred in the water, which there is no accounting for. After the treatment, he was saying that he wasn't feeling too good, which we have heard can be a reaction. And he laid down for a while, and then from his wife, he said that he was up and down most of the night, getting rid of whatever it was in him. That anyway, he had numerous bowel movements throughout the evening and the night, and clear up until the morning. The next day, he was still very tired, but the following day, one of the first things that they noticed was his ankles and feet, which had been swollen for many years, were no longer swollen, and that he was feeling much better. They are very happy with the device.
I had another neat experience with the ionized foot bath. Before, when I used to get up in the mornings to get out of bed, as soon as I would place my feet on the floor to step, I would yell out from pain from my feet. And so it would take me a long time to be able to walk. And later on, you know, after walking a while, then it would start to ease off. But I had that really sharp pain on my feet. Well, after I came and got the treatment, I didn't notice, but my daughter's grandma called me and says, how did you feel after you had your feet in there? And so she said, how are your feet? And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that I had been walking and everything, and I never even felt any pain. And this has already been, what, a couple of weeks now? And I still don't have any pain on the bottoms of my feet. I just get up and just walk normally with no pain whatsoever.